So you've raised a lot of private money, you've raised a lot of capital, and given your experience, what would you share as to what are your favorite methods and ways of raising private money?
Number one, find a great opportunity. I think that's one great way to find the capital, right? Get really good at finding good opportunities. And so in that situation, I found a great opportunity. I didn't necessarily need the capital. I had one partner that came in together with me and we did that deal. But I spoke about that deal quite a bit. Like I was running my podcast back, and I've been doing my podcast for quite some time, but I would go through just kind of the, week by week playbook. I would just give updates. That's what my podcast was not about, that, but I would just share interesting things that took place, and just really speaking about what I was doing and kind of the expertise and the success I was having. Ultimately, by default, made folks reach out saying, I really love what you're doing. I don't know if I necessarily have an interest to go do it myself, but I would love to put money with you. And so I think just being transparent and being really good at what you're doing, and ultimately being transparent about talking about it, whether it's at your local real estate networking groups, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, whether you have a YouTube channel, whether it's on a podcast, wherever you can get your voice one to many, I think, and talk about what is you're doing, the positive impacts you're making, the great deals that you're doing. I truly think that is, if I just had to pick one blanket way, like that's the way to do it. I mean, we can drill down in a couple areas. Like, for example, today we, in the last couple of years, more specifically, we've started spending quite a bit of money in Facebook advertising. Prior to that, it was all us just talking on the podcast for many, many years about what we're doing, but then not just going wider with our net, but going deeper, having some dedicated investors that have been with us for many, many years, and getting into their family ecosystem, right? Into their friends, their family, their aunts, their uncles, their work colleagues, and going deeper into their immediate network. That in and of itself has been a huge game changer. Literally taking the 50 investors that we had and now drilling deeper. And now we've got 150, because ultimately they've been referring us friends, family, colleagues, what have you. So I don't necessarily know if I have just one exact answer for you, Jay, but like for me, it's just being transparent, being open, and having a voice and speaking about it.